Has anybody else's algorithm gotten increasingly more conservative in weird but also incredibly tailored ways? Because mine definitely has. I am going to explain this as I have some water to try and keep my thoughts in order. So, I first started noticing this shortly after I was one of those people that deleted TikTok. When the first, oh, it's going goodbye situation happened. And then when I re downloaded it, I was like, it's kind of like when you leave the house, but you thought that you left, like you thought that you locked it, but then you come back home and like the door is closed, but you're like, I think someone was in here because I didn't eat a Rice Krispie treat this morning, but there's plastic on the counter. Actually, that would be too obvious. That would be way too obvious. But it's like the sofa's 2 inches to the left, you know? Like the pillow isn't exactly fluffed the way that you fluffed it, like that kind of a thing. More subtle in that way. And I feel like that happened with my TikTok algorithm, and it's happening with a couple other algorithms also that I didn't necessarily delete though. And I'm just like, but it, like in a weird kind of conservative way. So I'm gonna give some examples to make this a little bit more specific. So, for example, I can't remember exactly when this started, but it really ramped up a couple weeks ago to the point where it was so obvious to me. I was getting a lot of like maga kind of content. And I was like, whoa, I can't scroll through this enough. But then interlaced in between that, I was getting a lot more content of like women and people with uteruses, mothers talking about how unexpectedly peaceful their birthing experience was, or oh, this is how I curated the perfect at home water birth with my baby and my husband and my, like, just a lot of like pregnancy, like birthing isn't that bad content, which I'm like, I think it's for you. It's not for me, not for you, the viewer. But I'm like, I don't know who this For You page is for, but it's not this lady with two thumbs. So then I would scroll away from those things and like click the uninterested, and then I stopped getting those. But I did start getting some like grifters that were showing up. But I think that the new algorithm forgot that I was already able to like identify some of those people. And I'm like, oh no, like I've already blocked you. I don't know why I'm seeing you. Let me just reblock you. Which also the fact that I had to reblock some people was already quite telling. But then I started to get like, and I love cute baby videos. Listen, I love a cute baby. Somebody else's cute baby. Love a cute baby. So I started getting more of those like cute baby videos. But I also like was getting, because there's a couple of different pipelines to enter the alt-right, right? Like the hyper conservative alt-right. And so one of them is that like it's like the breeding content, but then there's also this other pipeline that's more health based, and I love healthy eating, that kind of a thing. So if I see something that has very interesting content within that, I'll grab onto it. It's like, oh, I love that recipe. Oh, that's great for digestion, all of that. But then I noticed that a lot of the content creators, because I love getting stuff from people of color, especially like African, put like recipes with African heritage, or Asian herbal medicines kind of a thing. But then a lot of the creators that I was seeing were getting whiter and whiter and whiter, and I'm like, oh, we are moving away from the like traditional people of color medicine and entering into the space that can very quickly follow down the, oh, I only eat organic and my baby only does this, and I don't really believe in medical intervention and vaccines are bad, and I'm only going to treat my baby's measles with non-pasteurized milk. Like it's that kind of, not that I got to that point, but I saw the pipeline so clearly, and I'm like, oh my god, this is concerning. I have also been seeing an increasing amount of women on my pages talking about Which, like, listen, it's justified, and I have a bunch of videos that talk about this, but like talking about how much they want a man and like their loneliness and oh, like, and a lot of like the romanticizing of romance instead of the discussions about the realities of navigating relationships, especially with men. And I'm like, and a lot of the comments that I was seeing were just like, oh my God, girl, the same. Like, I just want a boyfriend. I just want my husband already. And I'm like, this isn't my For You page. But I feel like somebody named Algorithm, possibly, I'm not going to name names, but people in power that are involved in technology that have short, weird first and last names are trying to force feed me content. Are trying to force feed me and people like me that are looking for other forms of entertainment and information, content that we proactively do not want, but that they want us to digest and to accept. And I'm just not having it. And so I just want to create the space for us to really take inventory of the content that we are watching and of the information that we are consuming and notice changes in the pattern. I love a pattern. Love a pattern. So, car outside. So when something shifts in the pattern, I go, wait a minute. Somebody's been in my house. And so it's a little fuzzy. Sorry, my ADHD is off the rails right now. But yeah, I think that this would be a great time to kind of take inventory of what's been showing up on our algorithms that is unusual. Because there's a lot that's happening around us. And some things are more obvious, but there's a lot that's more subtle. And it's the subtle things that I think we need to be the most concerned with, because that's the stuff that, like, if you break your leg, then you just break your leg. It's like, ow, I know that I broke my femur. Somebody bring me to the hospital. This is an immediate thing. But if you are slowly getting fed like a milligram of arsenic every day, if something is slowly entering your bloodstream drop by drop, that's going to be a whole lot harder to purge from the system, to heal from the system. So recognizing it when the first drop enters, or when the first couple drops enter, is going to be the most helpful in making sure that we stay focused and that we keep ourselves as mentally healthy and focused as possible during these times when there's a lot of distraction, there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of anxiety, and there's a lot of bombardment within the information and entertainment space. Oh, and I always forget to do this. Hi, my name is Shayna, for those of you who are new here. I'm a journalist, and on this platform, I talk a lot about decentering men and child-free living. If any of that sounds like a vibe, please like, share, and subscribe. I also have a course that teaches people how to become freelance writers, so that way you can write for money. If you're interested in that or in more content like this, I have a Patreon and and I have courses. If you're interested, which are in the description. There we go. Oh, also, as you are taking account of what's on your social media, if you have kids or if there are young people in your life that you care about, talk about social media with them and ask them if there have been any changes in their social media algorithms also, especially if they are young boys, because that pipeline starts real young. So important conversations to be had, things to be taken into account at this point. Definitely do that. If you've noticed a similar pattern, definitely share that in the comment section, so that way other people can know that they're not alone, because it's happened to my spaces. So yeah, I think that's all for now. Stay safe out there, y'all.